Hey guys, it's Woody here at USA Made Blade, and just coming to you from the shop tonight to talk to you about the brand new Hinderer XM 18 3.5 inch Gen 6 Skinner. That's right, boys and girls, I said Gen 6. Gen 5 came and went pretty quick. So let's talk about what makes the Gen 6 the Gen 6. So if you remember on the Gen 5, when we talked about it last time, that gave us the introduction to the steel lock insert. So that's what made the Gen 5 different from the Gen 4. What makes the Gen 6 different? Well, you can't tell from looking at it from the outside. Scales are the same, sizes are the same, everything else looks about the same. The big difference is the introduction that he brought out at Blade Show, which is the tri-way pivot system. So Rick has taken the idea of make it your own to an entirely different level. And I'm very excited about it. I think it is going to change the knife industry. So what is the tri-way pivot system? Well, we're gonna get to that quickly, but just to give you the very quick gist of it, you get your choice. The knife straight out of the box comes amazingly smooth and just wicked smooth. And it's running on bearings. Then you also have the choice of switching it up and putting in phosphor bronze or putting in Teflon. So when you get the knife, it still comes in its normal Hinderer box. You open it up and you pull out and you still have your signature card inside of it. And then right behind your signature card comes your tri-way pivots. So you get the choice. So what I want to do now is kind of jump back and let's switch angles so you guys aren't looking at my ugly mug. And let me show you, this one's mine. I've been carrying it for a few days now. Let's take this puppy apart. So we're gonna change the angle so you guys can see the knife while I'm doing it. We're gonna take it apart, put the different bearings on it, show you how we do it. It's not gonna be different from how Rick does it because we're just following his video. But, and kind of talk to you about each part in between. And so give us just a second, we'll be right back with you. Hey folks, we're back, and basically what I've done here is I've gone ahead just for the sake of time, because this will probably be one of our longest videos ever, and taken the knife apart. And basically this is how if you took it apart right out of the box, this is how it comes. So here you go, you can see the bearing here, and then the pocket that's milled inside of the blade here. And these just come out, show you that milled hole on both sides. And then let's show you, this is the tri-way pivot system. So this is what else comes behind that signature card in your box. We're just gonna dump these out back here. Now forgive me here, I'm working behind the camera, so this is a little difficult for me, and try and get you in better view. And what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna run through real quick and put on, so we'll just start with Teflon and then work our way to the phosphor bronze and just show you how I do it. Rick's video I think will be much more detailed, and you can see how he does it, which is I'm sure the better way to do it. So start here, getting everything set up. Get a few things out of the way. Now, to start, you're going to take your washer, which is your spacer, and that's going to go in first. And then you are going to have your Teflon on the outside of that. And then next, we're putting our blade on here. Things around. Go ahead and get our spacers on before I forget that. And then I like to leave my last one off, and sometimes this one falls out, so especially at the angle I'm at, that may happen here. And then from here, we're putting the Teflon. I apologize, that is wrong. those. All right, get these back on here. I'm sorry. So if you think of it, your spacer is supposed to fill in the hole. So put your spacer on, and then your Teflon goes on the outside. And then from here, get that back on. It's weird saying spacer, and then you also have your handle spacer. So, and then this, I do like to get a little angle on my blade here, and get my scale on. So if you've never taken apart a Hinderer, it's one of those things that for some can be a little intimidating. It's kind of like the first time you break down your gun. It's not difficult. It's pretty self-explanatory. There are plenty of videos out there on different techniques and how different people do it. But it really isn't a complicated thing at all. So get my pivot. I do not tighten my pivot all the way. I just get it to where it's feeling a little snug. And then we'll put our handle screws on here. While I'm doing this, a couple things. The specs on the knife. Specs don't change. So everything's still the same as all your other XM18 3.5 blades. It's 8 1/4 inches overall, 3.5 inch blade. It's 0.165 inch thick 20 CV steel. And I don't know why I always do this, but I always wait and put that last spacer in. And for some reason, every time I try and do it this way, I have trouble. So I end up doing it while it's in my hand. Not how I'm sure most people do it, but anyway, I figured for sake of time, you guys didn't want to watch me screwing around with another spacer. So at least this way I know I could do it a little faster. And then from here, I like to close the knife. And with my Teflon in the past, I've always tightened until I'm sitting centered, which looks about centered. And then flip. Now with Teflon, it's not going to be quite as smooth. Let me see how my lockup is. Lockup's good. It's not going to be quite as smooth as bearings. I mean, for good reason. But also with Teflon, we've talked about in the past the Hinderer break-in period. You know, when you get those new Teflon washers in there is a break-in period. So, you know, this isn't a difficult process. So breaking it down, let's go back. We're going to switch over to the phosphor bronze. People like phosphor bronze. A lot of people out there have said, you know, why doesn't Rick use phosphor bronze? Well, now you don't have to ask the question anymore. If you want phosphor bronze on your knife or bearings, you got that option. So I will take that argument away for some people who just think that phosphor bronze is superior to Teflon or that Rick needed to be doing bearings. So like I've said, it's to make it your own process, and which is what's so fantastic about Hinderer. And let's see, some other things that I can talk about here to fill a little time while I'm breaking this thing down again. So move everything out of the way. Sorry. And then we're coming apart again. So people have asked, can I send in my Hinderer? And Rick answered this in his video, but answer to that is no. So for this time, switching everything out, and just to finish that part, and the reason is because obviously things are milled in. So it's just, you can't just fix an old knife like that. It's just not, it's not going to work. This is new innovation moving forward. That's a quote from Rick, and I think that's a good way to state it. So for this moving forward part, you can just leave the spacers in the holes. Put your phosphor bronze on. And you know, the funny part is I did this live on our Instagram feed the other night, and we do a live show every Thursday at 10 o'clock, and I think I did it faster on that. But anyway, get your blade on, your other phosphor bronze on the outside here, and then once again, nope, about to forget my spacers, handle spacers I should say. And I like to get this on to where I hear it snap. There we go, snapped in everywhere. And then we're back to putting our pivot in. Now, for those of you that, you know, like with the Teflon and prefer that they stay Teflon, you know, you can always Loctite. I advise Loctiting your pivot screw in. Just a little bit of blue or purple Loctite just to keep it from moving. Don't go gunking it up with a ton of it. But, you know, get it where you like it, and then tighten everything else down. Or you know, get it where you like it, and then put some blue Loctite on it. Make sure it's where you want it, and then let it sit overnight. But I have a feeling with this tri-way system, people are going to want to switch them out more often, have some fun with it. So, you know, you're going to see a lot more people not Loctiting that pivot. Leave that one just a little loose. Throw my last spacer on here. Let's check our centering. All right, we are sitting, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that's sitting dead centered and flips great. Oh, I can hear it. I forgot to tighten that one all the way back up. Flips fantastic. Good lock up. So, you know, this is fantastic. This ends all the debate. You get your choice. You know, you don't like Teflon, you like whatever, you know, switch to it. It's your choice. It's truly a make it your own knife. Make it to what you've liked and you've had good experiences with and you want to use. And that's what makes Hinderer so fantastic, is just that make it your own model. And I know I say that a lot, but anyway, it's the new tri-way pivot system. It is available right now on the Skinners. He is going to be doing it on other models, I think all flipper models moving forward. So keep an eye out, because we'll keep getting new tri-way Hinderers in and getting them up on the site as fast as possible. Right now, we've got just a few of these left available at usamadeblade.com. And folks, as always, we really do appreciate you watching.